Video, I'll be sharing with you how to answer the interview question, what are your weaknesses? Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Damola and I'm filming from Lagos, Nigeria. I film on lifestyle, positivity, HR tips and inspiration. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you still waiting for? Do well to click on the subscribe button and then click on the notification button as well, so that you can always get notified every time I drop a new video. Thank you so much to my returning subscribers. Thank you so much and welcome to every of my new subscribers. In this particular video, I'll be giving you a guide on how to answer the question, tell me about your weakness, or what are your weaknesses, okay? So simply put, when an interviewer asks you this question, they're not asking you, okay, what are those weaknesses that you're ashamed of? I mean, we are all humans and we all have one thing or the other that we're not strong at. But however, when you go for interviews and they ask you a question, what are your weaknesses? They're indirectly asking you, okay, so what are those challenges you face in your daily life or in your career life that you have been able to manage or that you are currently managing, and give me an example of how you have been able to manage it or how you have been managing this weakness. That's simply what the interviewer is asking you. So they're asking you, okay, what are your weaknesses? How are you managing it? Or what are the remedies you have been able to put in place to manage? So your weakness is basically things that you're not so great at, but you're looking out for solutions, or you're currently working on solutions to ensure that you're doing better at those things. So let's give a practical example. Let's say you are a shy person, or let's say you're somebody who doesn't like to speak in front of the public, but you are trying to make sure you overcome this stage fright, or you're more like you're trying to bring yourself out to overcome this weakness. Now, the fact that you're already taking actions, already taking steps to be able to overcome this weakness means that you're already trying to manage the weakness. So this could also spell out as a good weakness when you have to tell the interviewer that, okay, my weakness is that I hate to speak in front of the public, or my weakness is the fact that I hate to do presentations in the front of the public. However, I have been able to manage this, or however, I am currently managing this by volunteering myself for roles, or volunteering myself for roles that allows me to speak in the public, or just basically volunteering myself in the public speaking environment where I can also give my opinion or just more like present for a group. Now, when you say that, the interviewer already knows that, okay, your weakness is the fact that maybe you're a shy person or you don't like to do presentation in public places, but the good thing is you're managing it already. So that's what the interviewer wants to say. And they also want to see the fact that you have an example of when you're managing it. So you can get some interviewer ask you questions like, okay, so tell us an example, or give us a situation of when you have been able to do this, or give us an example of when you have been able to present in the public. So then you can tell them that, okay, back in college, I volunteered for this. Or maybe in your place of work, I also do a little bit of presentations as well. So this way the interviewer knows that, okay, you have a weakness, but you are already trying to manage that weakness, or you already have a remedy to managing that weakness. So basically the interviewer is trying to ask you, what is your weakness? How are you managing the weakness? Give me an example of when you have been able to manage it, or give me an example or a situation where you have been able to manage this thing, so that I can confirm that you're currently working on those weakness. So tell me about your weaknesses does not mean, okay, tell me about those things that the whole world does not want to hear. Okay? Another example could come up as delegating roles. Another example could be that maybe you're a workaholic, even though I know that some companies don't even want to hear that. But yes, another example could be that. Another example could be you paying too much attention to details. So it really depends on that weakness or that challenge that you're trying to remedy, that you're trying to manage, maybe in the past or at the moment, but just something that doesn't affect the job that you're about to apply for. So when I say delegation, and this could go for somebody in a more senior role. An example is somebody who doesn't really know how to delegate roles. Maybe you're fond of always doing everything yourself, and so you have a whole lot of work to do. Like you have too much workload to um you have too much work to do, and so you don't delegate, or you don't. So that could pass out, that could come through as a weakness as well, because I mean, if you have too much work to do, that could make you work late, that could make you stressed out, that could make you tired. So that is a weakness. Now, how are you managing this weakness? You're managing it by now trying to delegate some tasks to people and trying to just ensure that, okay, maybe you just monitor them and you're not just the one doing all of the tasks. That way the interviewer knows that, or sees that, okay, maybe you're not feeling like a perfectionist overall, or you're not doing all of the work. Delegating you have that delegation skill in you, and so that might not be a problem if you have to resume on a more senior role that requires you to do a whole lot of delegation to people in a more junior position. Another one I would say again is in terms of being a workaholic. Now, like I said, being a workaholic is not a plus. However, let's use this example of, okay, working too late as a weakness. And this could actually arise from maybe you not just being able to prioritize your work. Because I know that I used to have that challenge as well. I used to collect a lot of tasks and I would tell them, okay, I promise I'll do this, I'll get this done. And at the end of the day, sometimes I don't get most of it done. And so I was able to manage this, so I was able to help myself to I was able to help myself in this aspect by actually more like prioritizing the work that needs to be done that day. So if it's not a task that is so important and urgent, I don't do it until I've been able to finish my tasks that are so important and urgent. Now, when you're telling the interviewer all of these things, they're in a way also trying to see that, okay, even though this is your weakness, we get the part that you're being able to manage it, we get the part that you're being able to work on it. And so if you're able to give them a situation where you have been able to turn this weakness into more like something you're being able to manage, you give them an example, you tell them how you're being able to remedy the weakness, you tell them your weakness, I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem with it. So I hope this has been able, or I hope this will be able to help you in your next interview when you need to answer the question, tell me about your weakness, or what are your weaknesses. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to give you a reply. I'll be sure to give you a feedback to it. Thank you so much for joining me to the end of this video if you did, and I'll see you again in my next video. Do well to please like this video, share with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye bye.